Hey everybody, today is May 17th, 2021. I can't believe how fast this year is going so far. Today I want to talk a little bit about budget and lumber and how to handle that with customers as well. So we have just implemented a lumber escalation clause into our building contracts, and we're still kind of finalizing the verbiage with it and what have you. But basically, the gist of it says that, if lumber prices do increase between now and then in parentheses after now it says, date of signing the building contract. So if lumber prices increase between now, which is the date of them signing the contract, and the date in which we actually have the lumber dropped, that they will be responsible to help us out with the difference. And we're not telling them that they need to cover the entire distance. In fact, we originally left it pretty open-ended there, but what I've come to realize is that there needs to actually be an amount there. If somebody's going to sign a building agreement with verbiage like that, they're going to want to know, okay, what's the worst case scenario? What is the max that I would have to pay if this happens? So that's something that you'll want to think about as well. If you want to put in a percentage or just a dollar amount, because between the time that the contract is signed and the time that we actually have lumber dropped, here's the timeline of it. So once the contract is signed, it goes to the bank. And depending on who the lender is, it's going to take 30 to maybe even 60 days to close on the construction loan. So they close on their construction loan. Let's just say it's 45 days. And then we go in for the building permit. And maybe the building permit takes a couple of weeks there. So now we're already at 2 months. We've got the, excavation, site prep work, any concrete work or basement that needs to go in, and then it's going to sit and cure, and then they're going to drop the lumber. So this is going to be 3 months between the time that they sign and basically locking in their price. So 3 months between then and the time that we're actually going to drop lumber. So we've got to have something in there to protect ourselves, because if lumber is going up 10% a month, then it's up 20, 30% between the time that they sign a building agreement and the time that we actually have it drop. So we've got to have something in there to protect ourselves as builders. But yet for the customer, they can't just sign something that basically says, if lumber goes up, you're going to be responsible for the difference, because think about this. They know really nothing. They know that building costs are high. They've heard that lumber costs are high, but they don't know what a lumber package is for a house. They don't know what the average cost increase for lumber is monthly. So, in their head, they're thinking, okay, well, what if it goes up, $50,000? I'm going to have to cover that? Well, no, I'm not going to do that. So you really need to kind of explain to them what this clause is. It's not in there so that we can, decide we just want to charge more money at the last minute. It is only if the price of lumber goes up between now and the time that we have it delivered. And they may ask, well, how are we going to know what the difference is? So if you've got a home plan, and at the time in which they sign the contract, you get the lumber bid, you know what that is now. And then you can actually ask the lumber company, okay, based upon the past 3 month history, tell me what you project the lumber price to be, 2 months from now. And then they can give you that price. That way you can at least let the customer know, okay, there could be a cost difference of, $20,000. We would maybe, if you pitched in for half of that, and you could let them know that worst case scenario is going to be $10,000 for the worst case scenario, basically. So that's how you can at least give them a dollar amount. If you're building a spec home right now and you're getting a bid for lumber, and maybe you're just starting the bidding process, so you're still, maybe 3-4 months away from actually buying the lumber, having it delivered. So if you're getting a bid now, that's great. but you're definitely going to want to get another bid once you're getting closer. I would say like right before you have everything ready to go to the bank. And then even then, I would just add, if you're giving everything to the bank and you're going to project that, you're going to be closing on the construction loan and going in for permit and then needing lumber, let's say, 2 months after you close on the construction loan or a month after you close on the construction loan, just, if you're going to add 10% a month at least, just to build that into your allowance so that you're kind of staying more within the budget. So that's just a little quick bit about making sure, doing everything that you can to make sure your budget's accurate because of the rising costs. And I mean, really, you can do this with any of the materials and trades. It doesn't just have to be lumber. Like if you're building your spec home and you're getting a bid for siding, for example, you can take and maybe put in another 5%, because that if you're getting a bid for siding now and you're just kind of starting this process, you're not actually going to have the siding delivered or be paying for it for months from now. So add a little bit to each category just to make sure that you're safe and you've got an accurate budget, because that way if you're building the house and somebody comes in and wants to buy it, you've got a price that you've put together based off of what the budget sheet has there. But what if, pause, but if your prices aren't really accurate anymore, then you're going to end up giving somebody a price and you're going to let them know what it's going to cost them to buy this house. Well, it's under construction, and then you actually get done and all your costs came in over budget and you're like, oh shoot, I already have an accepted offer for this amount. So if you're projecting these things up front, you can at least, when you get somebody that comes in is interested in buying the home, you can give them a number that's going to hold true up until the point in which the house is done. So those are just a few things that I wanted to kind of touch base on and go over. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Share this. If you don't subscribe, please do so for any videos that I'll be putting out that are like this one. All right, have a great rest of the day. God bless.